Welcome, finally, to Season 4 of Code Lyoko, in which I am entitling Hopper's Destiny here from the Aelita Diaries. Yes, it took me quite a while to fall on that one, but I felt it appropriate. Seeing that most people forget that there was sequel books and even a sequel show that ultimately means nothing. So for a lot of people, even those in the Code Lyoko fandom, outside of fan fictions of course, it ends here. And believe me, this season's going to have funny moments, twists and turns, and plenty as we get to the end. If you wanted to know beta names, I was thinking of reflections of echoes and other names like that. But just to give you one. This season begins with, well, William returns. Coming right off of the back of Final Round. It's been a week since, well, the 13 ghosts were put back into the chest of demons. So it's quite appropriate that, well, in my show's case, 2 weeks later, we're back. And so is William. And so is Lyoko. Because convenient. Thanks to Aelita's father giving her enough information to make an exact duplicate of Lyoko. With, of course, Jeremy's help. Slaving over a week of computer code. Jeez. They've been able to recreate Sector 5, at least, and get Lyoko running. But naturally, Xana is none too happy about this. Decides to interject his new, let's just call it what it is, mind slave back into the chessboard. A lot of this is real world stuff. Yes, there's a Lyoko thing, but as Code Lyoko often does, the real world time passes big time. Millie and Tamia are at odds at the Caddick News. Why? Because, well, during final round, Jeremy ditched them, which makes the two mad at him. Quite appropriately so. But guess who the writers decided to finally find off of the milk carton? Elizabeth Damos is back, and she is in full controlling bitch mode. She might have been gone for an entire season, and for some that might have been a relief, but the bitch is back, and she's after Millions and Mill again, and more specifically, the Caddick News as their new editor-in-chief. She pretty much turns the school newspaper into the National Enquirer. No, I am not kidding. She goes full on gossip rag with a school newspaper. Now, I used to be part of the school news back at Mesa Ridge High School in my sophomore and junior year. As somebody who actually took the school news, rewatching these scenes actually offended me. Not only because of my love of journalism, but the fact that I've been in Millie and Tamia's position. It sucks. And just think, I was actually an on-camera personality then too. Could say that's when my career as a content creator technically began. Wow. Now that I think about it, man, I have been doing this for a long time. But in the means of that, it leads to the other part. Sissy being an actual great paparazzi manages to dig up some dirt, most notably on Jim Morales in a certain movie, Paco, the King of Disco. This information was critical in season 3 for Odd to stay with the group, but Sissy, overhearing conversation, of course, as she often does, has figured this out. This has created some hell for Odd. Poor Odd. The torture from season 3 continues anew. Poor guy. But it turns out that William is gone. And yes, Jeremy, cleverly using a voice synthesizer, manages to perfectly fake it. And the principal buys it. If I were to go through the list of cyber crimes that Jeremy Belclaw and identity theft now that we can add to his crime list that this young kid has, he'd be in jail until he's 50. Trust me, it's gonna go up. Way up. Well, of course, he's gotta come up with a reason why William is suddenly gonzo. He comes up with another reason next week. One that's going to stick around for the rest of the season. One that strangely serves its purpose. But meanwhile, the new evil William decides to, well, do what you do to my poor Aelita and decides to take her against her will. This girl gets snatched up more than Penelope Pitstop. And I felt just as bad for Penelope, too. Well, the new hooded claw, known as William Dunbar, has one objective. And it's Xana's main objective. Just kill the bitch. That's right. No more subtlety. No more messing around. Just off this pink-haired chick. No matter what it takes. Toss her into the sea. Make her do the ultimate yeet. That is the goal. For the bad guy. Well, there is a greater goal at hand. But we don't know that yet. But just for now, it's perform yeet, William. Perform the proper use of the word yeet. Thankfully, thanks to the team, no yeet. And if you're a wrestling fan, you completely understand these last sections of words. Aelita gets saved primarily from Odd, and the battle is on again. And it will be on for sure. Odd still gets his comeuppance, and Jim manages to accept his role as Paco. It's an actual delightful, if not funny ending, but the undertones have been established. By the way, I would be remiss if I did not say this. This is the final episode for the original virtual form. 66 episodes, 3 seasons. These will be the last time that you see them in their classic looks. Looks that I have seen endless fan art of since starting this project. There's a reason. Because the old forms used to have a form of character. They used to reflect, well, their personalities directly. The new virtual forms do look better and they do support the new CGI expertly, and I'll get them in more in detail next week. But to say my final piece on the old virtual forms from seasons 1 to 3, of course, the ones that stick out are, of course, Yumi's geisha look and just everything that is odd. And unless you understood the context, nobody understood why Aelita looked like that. She pretty much looks like Mr. Puck. Okay? That's what the form is. It's the Mr. Puck look. Trust me, I've had nearly dozens of alternate forms for the 5, but I can see why these have become so iconic. They reflect they reflect the character's inner spirit and inner personality, while also making the characters look super distinct. Well, the new forms still are very distinct, but we'll get to that. But I just wanted to take a minute to say rest in peace, peace to the old forms. I was glad that the forums finally got an update. I just wish the new forums had a legitimate story reason for existing, except for just cause or because William is stronger. They should have gotten a proper send off than just here one day, gone tomorrow. And it could have happened here. But sadly, it didn't happen here. William Returns is an actual solid season opener, albeit nothing in Lyoko really happens. Why? Because Lyoko, well, doesn't exist in this episode. But the reverberations of Final Round still hold true and still show that the Lyoko Warriors are on the back foot. But putting them back in a normal day in the life and just seeing how much worse it can get was a good choice. But next week, double take. Well, Lyoko is back. And the battle truly begins, and so does the season. This season is great. I won't I won't spoil the interlude. Season 4 does what Season 3 don't. And over the next 27 weeks, I hope to get you through it. That's right, 27. Why? Because there will be a Season 4 wrap up and a final analysis of the entire series as a whole. It's not necessarily a final goodbye for me. I can always talk to Lyoko. Son tells me, maybe 10 years later, I might do this all again. After all, this is my second favorite series. But for now, we have 25 episodes to go on a journey that started way back January last year. If we're on time, we will end in the dog days of summer. I hope you join me for the rest of it. All of it. There's a lot going on. And I hope to see you next week. Find peace, y'all. And welcome to the end.